This video will cover everything you need to know for BGCSE Keyboarding. Starting off with the proofreader's marks, we have over 15 different symbols used to represent certain corrections. These marks help improve accuracy and ensure your work is clear and professional. Capitalize. If you see 3 lines under a letter, that means it should be retyped in uppercase. Close up. A curved line between words means they should be joined together. Delete. A simple loop line crossing out a letter or word means remove it. Insert. A caret points out where something is missing, whether it's a letter, word, or punctuation. Insert comma. A caret with a comma above it means you need to add a comma in that spot. Insert quotation marks. This means you need to add quotation marks around the word indicated. Insert space. If 2 words are stuck together, a hashtag or an open caret symbol shows that a space is needed. Move right. This means the letter or word should be shifted to the right. Move left. This means something needs to be shifted to the left. Move down. This indicates the text should be moved down in the document. Move up. This means the text should be moved higher in the document. Lowercase. If you see LC written beside a letter, it means change it to lowercase. Paragraph. This means start a new paragraph at the marked point. No new paragraph. If the paragraph mark is crossed out, it means do not start a new paragraph. Align copy. This tells you to align the text properly, whether left, right, center, or justified. Spell out. If an abbreviation is used, this mark tells you to write the full word instead. Let it stand or ignore correction. Stet means keep the text as it is and ignore any previous corrections. Transpose. This means to switch the order of letters or words so it makes more sense. Underline or italics. This tells you to underline the text or put it in italics, depending on the format. Now, let's set up Word before we start typing. Change the font to Courier New and font size to 10 points. This is the standard for keyboarding. To change our page layout, head to the Layout tab and select More on Paragraph. Here you can change alignment and line spacing. Set these to 0 for ease of use. Next, click More on Page Setup to edit margin lengths and page orientation. Moving on to document layouts. The essential formatting rules for professional documents like memos, letters, reports, and more. Whether you're preparing a business memo, an official letter, or a legal document, proper formatting is vital. A memorandum is a formal way to communicate within an organization. There are 2 main types, the standard memorandum and the simplified memo. Standard memorandum starts with a 2-inch top margin, quadruple space between the title and the recipient's name, double spaces between each section to from date, subject, and the main content, double spaces between paragraphs. For page 2 of a standard memo, 1-inch top margin instead of 2 inches, double space between headings and content, double space between the content and initials. At the top, recipient's name, page number, and the date. Simplified memo also starts with a 2-inch top margin, quadruple space between the date and the recipient's name, double space between the recipient's name, the subject, which is in all caps, and the content, quadruple space between the content and sender's name, double space between the sender's name and initials. A letter is used for formal communication, and proper formatting ensures clarity and professionalism. Envelope format. Sender's address appears in the top left corner. Recipient's address is centered in all caps with open punctuation, no commas or periods. Block letter format. 2-inch top margin. Quadruple space between the date and the recipient's name. Double space between the recipient's name, opening, subject, which is in all caps, and content. Double space between paragraphs. Double space between content and closing. Quadruple space between closing and sender's name. Double space between all remaining elements. Modified block letter format. Everything is the same as a block letter except the date, closing, and sender's name are moved 3.25 inches to the right. AMS, American Management Style Letter, 2-inch top margin, quadruple space between the date and the recipient's name, Triple space between the recipient's name and the subject in all caps. Double space between the subject and the content. Quadruple space between the content and the sender's name. No opening or closing, no dear or sincerely. Reports. Reports must be structured for readability and professionalism. Bound reports. 2-inch top margin. Double space between headings. 1.5-inch left margin to allow for binding. 1-inch right margin. Unbound reports. 2-inch top margin. Quadruple space between the title and the content. Paragraph headings included. 1-inch margins on all sides. Tables. 2-inch top margin. Double space between the table and its source. Booklets and display documents. Follow specialized formatting for clarity and presentation. Usually 1-inch margin on all sides. Forms. Forms require specific formatting to ensure clarity and professionalism. 1-inch top margin. Signature lines must be 2.5 inches long. Webbing's font is used for special characters. Meeting minutes. Meeting minutes capture discussions and decisions made during a meeting. 2-inch top margin. Double space between the firm's name, the meeting title, and the date. Itinerary. An itinerary outlines a schedule of events or travel plans. 2-inch top margin. Double space between the recipient location and date range. Quadruple space between the date range and the table. Last will and testament. A will is a legal document specifying how a person's assets should be distributed. 2-inch top margin. 1.5-inch left margin. 0.5-inch right margin. Double space between the title and the person's name. Quadruple space between the person's name and the content. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the other videos on our channel to learn more.